They toasted to me behind my back, called me their personal ATM, and I funded every moment of their fake smiles. I had no idea I was paying to be the family joke until I saw the video that changed everything. I'm Rebecca. I'm 34, live in a cozy city apartment, and I used to believe family was everything. That was until a 43-second video destroyed every illusion I had about the people I once called my closest loved ones. It all started on an ordinary Tuesday. I was at work, halfway through my usual flood of emails and project deadlines, when my personal inbox pinged. The subject line read, "Oh my God, did you see this?" It was from my cousin Melissa. No context, just a video file attached. I almost skipped it, figured it was some dumb meme or family blooper. But curiosity got the better of me. It took a full 43 seconds to load. Just 43 seconds. But it burned a hole through years of sacrifice. The video was from last year's family Christmas dinner. The one I couldn't attend because I had a major deadline. The promotion I earned after that project had been keeping my family afloat for 3 years. Mortgage payments, school supplies for my niece, rent for my brother, I'd covered it all. The video began with the twinkling lights of my mom's living room. Then voices, laughter, clinking glasses. Then, my brother Edward's voice, unmistakably tipsy. Thank God Rebecca couldn't make it. We can finally relax. I froze. Then my sister Carol. She's so full of herself now, acting like she's better than us because of her fancy job. Laughter. Then my mother, the same woman who used to sing me to sleep. Well, her fancy job is paying for this Christmas dinner, so I'll put up with her attitude. They laughed again. All of them. Together. Like it was all some hilarious joke. Then my father chimed in. To Rebecca, our personal ATM. They raised their glasses. They toasted to me. I watched that video on a loop for the rest of the day. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just sat there, staring at the wall, wine glass in hand, feeling like I had just been mugged emotionally by the people I trusted most. The next morning, I opened my banking app. Monthly transfers, like clockwork. Mom and Dad, $1,200. Edward, $800. Carol, $500, plus random extra requests, Dad's meds, Lily's school trip, car broke down. Total? Over $95,000 in 3 years. And in return? A toast to their human ATM. I sent one text to my mom. No transfer this month. I need to handle personal finances. The reply came in seconds. Rebecca, your father needs his medication. This isn't funny. I didn't reply. I turned off my phone. By 9 p.m., I had 23 missed calls and 38 text messages. Guilt trips, accusations, demands. You're being selfish. Dad could have a stroke. My landlord is threatening eviction. I nearly gave in. 3 years of being trained to prioritize them over myself. But then I heard Edward's voice again in my mind. She actually thinks we care about her job. We care about her paycheck. So I stayed firm. I blocked the numbers, changed my email, and went dark. A week later, Edward showed up at my apartment. He didn't even say hi. He barged in, furious. You changed your number? Mom's going crazy. My landlord gave me an eviction notice. You can't just disappear because you're in your feelings, I said calmly. I'm not your bank, Edward. You're being selfish after everything this family has done for you. I laughed. What has this family done for me exactly? Silence. Then I told him about the video. I watched his face drain of color. That was just a joke. You know how family is after a few drinks. Number I didn't. You took my money, my time, my sacrifices, and you laughed at me. I asked him to leave. Surprisingly, he did. But not before spitting out, "You'll regret this." Family's all you have. But as I closed the door, all I felt was relief. 3 days after Edward's visit, I got an email from my mother. Subject: We need to talk. The body of the message read, Rebecca, whatever you think you saw, you're misunderstanding. We're your family. We love you. Please call me so we can sort this out. No acknowledgement of what they said. No apology. Just a gaslighting blanket statement pretending the video didn't happen. I didn't respond. 2 more days later, another message. Your father had to borrow money from Uncle Steve for his blood pressure meds. Are you happy now? Is humiliating your family what you wanted? That one stung. I had never wanted to hurt them. Only to stop being hurt. So I replied, just one line. Dad's meds cost $43 per month with Medicare. He has a pension. Please don't lie. Silence followed. Weeks passed. In that silence, I did something I hadn't done in years. I started living. I signed up for a photography class I'd been dreaming about. I booked a solo trip to the coast, rented a cute cottage, read books, walked barefoot along the shore. I ate real meals, took yoga, slept through the night. Most of all, I breathed. I finally understood what peace felt like. 6 weeks after Edward's visit, Carol found me. I was leaving work, briefcase in hand, when I saw her on a bench by the entrance, with her 2 kids beside her. Lily and Ben, my niece and nephew. Innocent. Lily ran to me, arms wide open. Aunt Rebecca, we missed you. Ben followed, hugging my leg. Mommy said you were lost, but we found you. That broke me. Tears welled in my eyes, but I blinked them away. Carol stepped forward, her voice soft. We've been so worried. Please, can we talk? We walked to a nearby ice cream place. The kids chattered as they ate their cones. I tried to stay composed. Then Carol dropped it. I don't know what happened between you and Mom and Edward, but I saw the video. I raised an eyebrow. From last Christmas? She nodded. We were just joking. You know how family is. The same line, rehearsed, hollow. No, I don't know, I said. Because real family doesn't treat someone like a paycheck. They don't toast to them behind their back. She looked embarrassed, maybe even ashamed. We were drinking. It was stupid, but it was honest, I replied, staring at the melted ice cream in my bowl. The most honest you've been in years. Carol's eyes filled with tears. We do love you, Rebecca. We were just under pressure. I interrupted. When was the last time you asked how I was doing? Or what I wanted in life? Or why I live in a 1-bedroom while you send Lily to private gymnastics? Silence. Ben's therapy isn't covered, she whispered. Lily needs braces. Without your help. I sighed. There's always something. Always a reason. And never a thank you. Never respect. Just guilt. She looked hurt. That's not fair. It is. You all stopped seeing me as a person. I'm your sister, not your investor. We sat in silence, watching the kids laugh through the window. I do love you, Carol finally said. We all do. In our own way. Maybe. But it's not the way I need to be loved. I hugged the kids, bought them another scoop, and said goodbye. Months passed. Fall became winter. My first holiday season with no obligations, no begging texts, no emotional ransom. I decorated my apartment with my own ornaments, not ones burdened with guilt and expectation. On Christmas morning, an email came from my father. Your mother wanted me to reach out. Things have been hard since you cut us off. Carol's kids won't get much for Christmas. Is that what you wanted? To punish children? Not a single mention of missing me. Just another manipulation. I deleted it. New Year's Eve, my phone buzzed. Unknown number, Edward. Happy New Year, sis. I miss you. Can we talk? I'm ready to listen. Was he? I didn't know, so I didn't respond. Maybe someday. But not now. In April, exactly 1 year after that video, I got a handwritten letter from my mom. 10 pages long. The opening line, "My dearest Rebecca." She acknowledged the video. She admitted they'd used me. She wrote, "At first it was small. A bill here, a school cost there. Then we just expected it, felt entitled. And that was wrong. Not just what we said that night, but how we treated you for years." She told me Edward had picked up 2 jobs. Carol started a small business. They moved to a smaller house. We're managing. It's not easy. But it's what we should have been doing all along. And finally, we're not asking for anything. Just, if someday you want to try again, on different terms, we're ready. She signed it. "With love and regret, Mom." I didn't answer immediately. I read it 3 times, then folded it away. A week later, I sat down and wrote back. 1 page. I listed the financial sacrifices I'd made. I acknowledged the hurt, the betrayal, the years of giving without ever being asked how I felt. I ended it with, "I don't know if we can rebuild. But if we try, it needs to be different. I'm not your ATM. I'm your daughter, your sister, a woman with dreams of her own. If you can see me, really see me, then maybe, someday, we can start again." I mailed the letter. Then I took my dog for a walk through the spring breeze, past blooming flowers and laughing children. For the first time in a year, I wasn't looking over my shoulder. I was walking forward. And I finally understood. The price of love should never be your peace. And I had finally closed the account.